He's here. He's more than just an iconic road and tour manager. He has recently ventured into authorship of his first book that is making a big read and is on its way, if you ask me, to becoming a bestseller, because this man has so much experience around the industry, in Jamaica and internationally. He is definitely a man that we look up to. Good night to you, Copeland Forbes. I see you have your book in your bag. Yeah, why not? Take it out. Let me hold the microphone if you need some help. And he's taking out a copy of his book that, yes, sir. I actually had the pleasure of interviewing him at the point when the book was being released. And people, this book tells a lot about the reggae and dancehall music industry. Copeland Forbes, what a night. Good night. How are you?
Buenas noches, mi amigo, ¿cómo está?
Sí, señor.
Sí, sí.
Mucho español.
Mi madre es cubana de Habana, so sí. Habla español. Sí, no mucho
señor.
Poquito.
Sí, señor.
Yes. It's a great pleasure to be here, to celebrate this another milestone in our music. This year has been a year, I could say, of turmoil, cancellations, postponements, and all kinds of stuff, So when we can celebrate an event of this nature at the level that we have, because I can tell you, I've traveled the world and see festivals.
Yes.
And this festival stands up and it's right up there to the best festival in the world. So I have to really and truly give credence to the promoters, the organizers, people like you, because very rarely I go to some festival and see a media house like what we have here, So it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Do you also appreciate the fact that they have this year returned to bringing back an international non-Jamaican, shall we say, foreign act? Does it make a difference to your view of the festival?
Well, I tell you something, me and Joe talk a lot, yes. Because, he's the publisher for my book.
Yes.
And I said it to him that, why not, put a little difference on this year's turn, And he said, well, we had made the rules. But what has happened is that some of our acts, I don't want to say as diminished, but the pulling power is not there, so to speak, because some of them charging so much, right? And they can't get a chance to perform here. And you have to understand you're catering to locals who are paying local money, and if people charging in US dollars and other things, you have to, the exchange rate. So it was good that we can bring a main attraction back in the mix, and he has been here before. It's not like a new guy. He has been here before, and he understands the territory, right? And to have a next act like a Beres Hammond on it,
yes,
and you're gonna have a surprise one with Beres.
Wow, wow.
So it's
we might or we will.
Well, I tell you something.
Yes.
When I told him about YG, I said go to Coachella and watch him, and he did.
Okay.
And when he took YG, I said I'm gonna tell you his mother's gonna come with him. So no, she's not. I said she's gonna come with him, and then.
So said, so done.
Right.
And more than her mother, his brother also turned up,
exactly.
which is Zion.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
yeah. I was contemplating. I kept asking Joe. He was not confirming. And then earlier this week, I think about Thursday morning, I said, I cannot hold it any longer. I'm not making a statement on behalf of the promoters. This is my own personal speculation, and I'm going public with it. I believe that Lauryn Hill will be here. And then I gave my reasons, being the fact that I've never seen him without her. She was on the Late Show with him recently. She came to Jamaica when he came here recently.
Right.
He's going on tour with her and the Fugees, and I think she wants to be here to give him that love and support at a festival like this, and it happened just like that.
When I told him, he didn't believe either. I said it's going to happen.
Yeah, man.
So okay, we'll see. And then the last week he called me and said, seems like it's going to happen. I said, I told her.
Right.
You know, but it's a good thing that, you know, she's enhancing her son's performance and his career, you know.
Saw them at the BT Awards. That was
yes,
awesome.
and that was a knockout,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And, you know, she's going on tour now. You
I know.
and
Starting in August, and she's taking with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a good thing. And it's good that he also, on the song for a young man, I like when the youngsters, even if they're doing some dancehall or trap or whatever, I like when they get on the reggae train and do something reggae.
Right.
And he's focused strictly on reggae right now.
Exactly.
As a young man just in his early 20s.
Exactly.
And that, I believe, has the a potential to change the mindset of some of the other youngsters out there now that he has sold gold, for instance, with a reggae song.
Exactly.
Maybe it will influence them to try and do some reggae. And that will strengthen the
yeah, I
industry.
just wish that some of our new acts would really and truly just, I don't like to use the word go back, but look, if you don't know where you're coming from, you won't know where you're going. And if you look at the music that took us to this level from yesteryear, you know, and try to enhance some of that, because you're not making music for yourself, you're making music for the world. And if just you alone can relate to your music, it don't make no sense. Because some of the music, them, I always say, it can't even pass Port Royal, even disguised as an angel. But if it does, and it slipped by, it ends up right into the diaspora overseas, and it don't go any further.
Yeah. Talking about overseas, as a man who is maybe one of our most famous, if not the most famous tour road manager that Jamaica and our industry has produced, do you think the time is ripe for us for Joe and his team to be looking at taking Reggae Sumfest overseas, whether it be to Brazil, as he has indicated?
Well, you're late.
I'm late.
Yeah. I suggested to him that from the year when Buju came out, and I said it to him. I said, listen, I was part of Sunsplash when they went to the US, when they went to South America, when they went to Japan, and when they went to Europe. And I said to him, I think we should look to take Reggae Sumfest overseas. He said, that's a good idea. I said, well, we have to start like at least 8-9 months before, because artists start tying up themselves from way ahead.
Yeah.
He said it's a good idea. He wanted to kind of see this one here at home, you know, on a steady course. And I think it is on a steady course, you know, because last year I had some people who came for the first time and they were very impressed to see the kind of presentation and production that we have. They said it's first class. And I'm proud that my country can produce an event of this nature.
First world standard.
First world
it is
standard.
Indeed. How's the book doing, Copeland?
Well, I tell you something, everything is going good. And I'm happy now because, you know, I get over with the surgery.
I know.
And then the tour is going to start next year, spring.
The book tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing a book tour, and then I'll be taking some of the artists who I mentioned in the book. Different artists for different regions.
Yes.
And then we'll have the all-star band, like what we did at Rotterdam. And then at each performance, we're going to have a 60-minute book presentation. Right, like Reggae University.
Yes.
Just before each concert, so people can learn some more about reggae, get the book, and get embedded in what's inside of it. Because a lot of people don't even know the importance of this book, you know.
And a lot of our history is contained in it.
It's contained in it.
And I remember when we spoke after its launch, you gave us an indication of some of the items that were being covered. Name, before you go tonight, one interesting fact that you know is having people talking still about this book and the contents of it.
I know what's going through your head, you know. Right? Mick Jagger? Right. Yeah, that scene with Mick Jagger inside the studio. I know when you saw that, you know, you were knocked out.
Trust me.
You know, that was something special and unusual.
Yes.
And there's some very interesting stories about the acts, you know. Luciana, when he read it, he called me and he said, boy, if I knew that Eddie Murphy wanted to do a song with me, you know, and Babyface wanted to produce a song with me, I would have a helicopter landing on my house. Stop now, you know.
Yes.
So what I did, I spoke about a lot of interesting things some of the errors that some of the artists make. Because if you don't highlight the errors, then the young ones will come and make the same mistakes. So we have to talk about all of that. So we have put the new artists on a straight course.
Yes, you weren't always speaking or saying in this book what every artist wanted to hear, because some of the facts about them and the way they conduct their business or their lives is not necessarily complimentary per se, and they might have made some mistakes.
Exactly.
And learned from it. But you did. Now, has that caused any negative reaction whatsoever?
Well, at first, some people were jittery until they read it. You know, when they read it, then they said, well, boy, it's true. You know, it's not like a fabricated story, especially when the movie came out, the One Love movie, you know, and a lot of people who knew the story and saw it in the book, so the pictures to authenticate things and so on, you know. So, you know, it was good that I was able to highlight these special points. Yeah, and just before I forget, in October at the Peter Tosh Symposium, I'm going to do a 90-minute presentation of what we're going to be doing on the tour, right? So I'll be talking about the book. I have a lot of video clips of things that you hear the artists themselves saying, you know, and things that, and the title of the presentation is Setting the Record Straight.
All right, we're looking forward to all of that and much more. Copeland, where can they find the book, by the way? Where can they purchase the book?
Yes, well, you know, if you order it from Amazon, you get it within 24 hours.
And the book is titled Reggae,
My Life Is.
My Life Is.
And those who want to get it in Jamaica, you can get it straight from Downtown Book Publishing at Downtown Entertainment, 22 Belmont Road, right, where you can get it to. So,
good luck, man. I'm glad that this is a book that was promised for a long time.
Yes, yes.
I would go overseas. Copeland is managing a set of artists and MCs, including myself. We would be traveling in a bus, and he would give us little snippets of the experiences he has had. Many persons would encourage him to write the book, and we waited and waited and waited, but it finally came.
Thanks to
COVID.
COVID.
That he published. Yes.
When the COVID kicked in, I just used that time to just get it done.
Yes.
And so on.
Great stuff.
I remember that memorable time in England.
Yes.
2 days, the same day when you came in, I ended up in the hospital, right, when I had that heart attack, you know.
I
So I always remember that. We were celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jamaica, and you came over, you was emceeing.
Yeah, man. That was Toots at the O2 Arena.
O2 Arena.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember the scare that we all got.
Yeah, exactly.
When you had that health situation there.
Yeah.
And also recently, almost a near-death experience as you fell off of a stage.
Yeah, near fatal one. Falling off a 15-foot stage, going backwards without seeing where you're falling, it wasn't an easy thing, you know. So I give God thanks for that. Yes. I'm here to carry on the work. I think I'm ordained. In 2 weeks' time, I'm celebrating another Earth Strong.
What?
Right.
Major milestone that is going to be.
Yeah, 77, 2 sevens clash.
Who would have guessed? Yeah. Copeland Forbes, take it easy. Great seeing you, my brother.
Thanks very much for having me.
Continue to have a great night.
I must congratulate you on your show. I have the app right in my phone.
Oh, great.
And every country I've been, I just plug it in, have the boombox with me.
Wow.
And people are listening.
Yes, sir.
Right. So just keep up the good work, you know, because we need the music to go internationally.
Absolutely.
So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And good luck on your journey.
All right. Thank you, Copeland.
Okay,
we appreciate that.
Bye-bye.
All right. That's Copeland Forbes, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Earth Strong when it comes in 2 weeks' time. 77, he says, although we would never be able to tell just by looking. And he has been through a few challenges recently, but God has been good to him. And here he is tonight, giving us some good energy right here at Reggae Sumfest 2024.